This is the Sony RX100-III, a small little camera with a 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor onto it, a battery which is rated for 325 shots. It weighs an astonishing 320 grams, that's less than half a pound, people. It comes with HD video, let's not forget it's 10 years old, and personally I don't care about that because I would not film on these cameras anyways, but it has some little tweaks and turns into it. It's got a little viewfinder here. Look at this. You can just pull it out, push it back in, and your camera switches off. The lens is the equivalent of a 24 to 70 lens with an aperture of f1.8 to f2.8. Maybe not the lightest strong lens, but good enough. And it comes with an ND filter. So reason number one why I actually bought this little camera was because it fits my criteria. It's small, very small. Let's just put it here. You see, this is my DJI wireless set. And if we're now putting it next to the GX80, my Lumix, you'll actually see the difference. It's very small, it's pocketable. It's easy to operate because, as you can see here on the channel, I used to film on Sony ZV-1 lines, and it's supposed to have relatively decent image quality. Yeah, which brings me to my second point. I always do this to you. Why? I've always thought this is a 1-inch sensor camera, right? But I'm not so sure about that anymore. This has a cult following, as I said. It has the ZV-1 as its video brother, which were pretty decent cameras. And also a bit of testing, because can this little camera be your perfect travel, everyday and street companion? Now, so that was my second reason, the curiosity factor. And then number three is the application of it. Yeah, so street photography, everyday photography, travel photography, kind of your companion to go everywhere with you while not being noticeably heavier. Because there's one thing I don't like, and let me know in the comments below. I really don't like big, bulky, heavy cameras. Like 4, 5, 6 years ago, everybody was walking around with these big cameras like I have with my Sony. I barely use it anymore. I use the Fuji line, the Fuji XTs, the Ricos, the Leicas, the Panasonics, all small form factors, ideal for the type of photography that I do. And before we move on to the first impressions, I would really like to thank you, because I could buy this camera thanks to you. After years of you subscribing, liking my videos, commenting on it, participating in my community polls, yeah, maybe even some of you considering a membership. Yeah, my ad revenue for the quarter covers a certain budget which keeps this channel going. So please keep on liking, keep on subscribing, and if you haven't, please consider it. Yeah. But thank you very much. A lot of people take it for granted, but I find it fantastic that from my hobby I can now suddenly buy different cameras to kind of share the experience with you. So thank you very much for that. Now anyways, my first impressions of this camera is if you hold it in your hand, and I bought this little combo, I get this little kind of grip here, which is nice. It just gives you that bit of grip. The thumb rest here is not that big. Now this camera also comes with a built-in ND filter for 3 stops. Very nice. It has this lovely viewfinder. And I think this is a big selling point, and I didn't think much of it, but there's a diopter here. You can modify the settings of your viewfinder towards your eyesight. Now I have to pull it out. I got a little flash, because there's no hot shoe in here or a cold shoe, so you really can't mount any kind of flash. Yeah, I find the screen here, it tilts up all the way, which makes it ideal for selfies if you want to do this, or kind of recordings. I don't think for video this is the best, but you can at least do, look at me. And as you can see here, there is a massive box already on surrounding my face here, which is fantastic, because it means that the facial tracking from 2014 is still pretty much active, which are little giveaways. The focal length of 24 to 70 I found like okay. So let me just share my first impressions. When I first walk over on the street with this, and nobody noticed it. Nobody. Well, if I walk with this, and I don't know photographers out there nowadays, it seems that people have a camdar, and if you're walking around with your phone, it's all okay to take photos and videos, but when you walk around with a camera, a lot of people suddenly go privacy mode. Oh, you get them screaming, running after you while you're taking a picture of, I don't know, some kind of plant or something. I mean, it really sometimes impacts on my photography experience negatively. Do you have the same? Yeah, because I find this annoying. And the fact that this is so unassuming and it has this 24mm equivalent. It's very easy to get very close to people without them even noticing it, you know. So it gives me this kind of 1970s, 80s, 90s kind of vibe, where, you know, our generation really didn't care much about a picture as long as you weren't abusing it for financial gain. Right? One thing I just touched upon, which I find fantastic here, is this little viewfinder. You have the flash in here, but also one thing that really surprised me is the autofocus and phase detection. Given the fact that this is a phase autofocus, yeah, so PHASE. And when you're out on the street, you know, with this little tilty screen, it's so small. You just stand like this, you know, people really don't notice you. You can just put it out, hoppa. You walk around, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Yeah, and if you want to shoot the entire day on 35, you just adjust it accordingly, 35, 34mm. So it's really, this is something that I've never experienced before. I was like, okay, this is cool. And it did allow me to take some shots I normally probably would have pulled off, but it would be far more noticeable. So for me, that's really kind of a stress reliever. It's nice, a little companion that relieves stress. I think that the image quality here in general is surprisingly good. It's not perfect. It's a bit soft around the center at times, especially when you're at 70mm. But I think that the image quality is very good. I like the built-in profiles. I normally shoot on black and white here, like contrast a bit up, you know, sharpness a bit down. And I like the results I'm getting. And if you see the pictures flying by here, yeah, I did put my own LUT on it, which, guys, is not for sale. No, not sharing it. You know, I'm going to be a prize-winning photographer. But that doesn't really take away from some of the things that I notice. Yeah, for instance, you can definitely notice in the autofocus, I would say it's not backdated. I'd say it's average for nowadays standards, because there's only, I think, 25 autofocus points on this particular camera. And in continuous, you definitely notice compared to my Sony A7III, which is from 2018, so a good 4 years later, it's a massive difference. Yeah, I think also for the later models, you see different focal lengths. I think it's 24 to 200 or something. For me, that would not work. I think that the image stabilization here on this camera, on this particular make, is decent enough, but it's not like, you know, life-changing. It just allows you 1 or 2 stops when you're in low light. That's where this little thing comes in, the flash. And I think, you know, this is obviously not the best flash, but for flash photography, this will do in very, let's say, I wouldn't say super dark rooms, you know, but low light rooms. It gets you done if you remember you have it, which I didn't. I think here where I'm more worried about, and let me know what you think if you have this camera, is that this EVF, by having to pull this out continuously, I think sooner or later this will break. Yeah, at least that's my fear. I think that the biggest weakness in this camera, if I have to name one which I noticed, it really eats batteries. It does eat batteries, and I knew this from my ZV-1, but I didn't expect it to be, you know, the same on this camera. So you're always gonna, if you go out for a day, please take about 3 or 4 of these, because you'll need them. The good thing is that they're very inexpensive. Yeah, so overall, this camera, in the short time that I have it, 2 weeks now, has really surprised me.